Oh no. Here we go. Oh, you guys knew I was going to review this fucking piece of diarrhea. 1968. Sweetheart of the Douchebag. The country album by the Douchebags. Sorry, I mean the Byrds. And lead head douchebag David Crosby isn't even on the album, you guys. So how can this even be the Byrds? You know, but whatever. The Clark the Shark Show, the fabulous, amazing, incredible talk radio show that is growing worldwide, ruling the internet until the liberal Democrats take me off the ballot or just take me off the radio. And they'll be like, you're not allowed to think about Shark. If you do, we'll sue you. And maybe some Republicans, too, will try to take me off the air. You know, they'll try to turn me into Tipper Gore. You know, maybe Dee Snider and Rob Halford and Zappa and people will testify before Congress saying, we want Shark off the air. How dare he say bad things about Sweetheart of the Douchebag album, 1968. Yeah, blah, blah. This album's great, you guys. Country rock. I don't fucking like country. I don't like country people. I don't like rednecks. I don't like the Midwest, you guys. And I don't like Democrat people either, who take over beautiful places like California and then ruin it and turn it into a fucking Democrat piss ass hellhole that's more like Venezuela or Chile or Argentina than America, you guys. But I don't like rednecks either. They remind me of my brother Doug. Right here on the fabulous Clark the Shark Show. You know, all the country geniuses out there, they know country so good. They listen to Garth Brooks and Taylor Swift. But they forgot about this album here, you guys. Sweethearts of the Douchebag, released in 1968. And, you know, Graham Parsons, Roger McGuinn. It is really good, you guys. This album's incredible. If you like country, or even if you don't, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, I love every one of these songs. I just hate anything that's even remotely connected to Neil Young, David Crosby, Stephen Stills, or Graham Nash, or any of that, you guys. I really love the Byrds, you know, turn, and, you know, when the Byrds were the Byrds in 1965. But then as the 60s progressed with psychedelia and then this country thing began to happen in the late 60s. Actually, you can make the argument mid to late 60s. Now, it was done really good with the Beau Brummels and others. And this album, the Byrds, but there's something about this album I really hate and really love, you guys. I don't know if I like this girl on the cover, the sweetheart of the rodeo girl. Because I feel like these liberal hippies were making fun of country people or something, or the Midwest or something back in the 60s. And if you want to make fun of people out in the country, I don't like it when people do that, because you have to check with me first, Clark the Shark, because I grew up around hillbilly redneck douchebags. And I know them, you guys, in Torrance and Redondo. if you know white people, you don't necessarily know these people. You got to know white people from like Wyoming and Montana and Colorado or something like that in order to know why you hate these people. I don't like them. I don't like their politics or any of it, you guys. But, when it comes to voting, I'd rather think like a redneck or a hillbilly and vote for, good old fashioned family values, and all that over Democrats any fucking day, dude, because like all Democrats is progressive hillbillies and rednecks. I mean, when you get right down to it, at 1-800-449-8255, right here on the fabulous, unbelievably amazing, and critical and scrupulous Clark the Shark Show. I'm not sure if scrupulous applies to me or this album, Sweetheart of the Douchebag. I don't want to call it a rodeo, you guys. I don't like Roger McGuinn for some reason. I don't really like Graham Parsons either, country rock. Blues rock, okay, but country rock, there's something about it that's always irritated me, even when the Grateful Dead or, do it, or the Jefferson Airplane or the Who or anybody, or especially the Stones and Mick. I really don't like it then. I don't like country unless it's really good, country like Patsy Cline or, Hank Williams or something like that way back in the 50s or the 60s at the latest. When you get into the 70s, I really start to despise country. And then in the 80s and 90s, like Garth Brooks and stuff like that, then I don't know, man. I really, really get insulted and offended by country. And then when it gets to like Taylor Swift, then I just get irritated and angry, where I'm just like, maybe she should go Britney Spears or turn into Pink or like Katy Perry, because, even Taylor Swift knows deep down she shouldn't be playing country. It isn't her. She should be playing crappy, fucking lame music like Britney Spears. You guys, right here on the Clark the Shark, incredible show, you guys. I am incredible. I can't help it, you guys. You love my show. You love me. You love my music, because just like from the mouth of babes, I tell it like it is. And you guys know you won't get a better orator or descriptive person anywhere on planet Earth in 2023 or 2024 than the 5'6" Clark the Shark, a guy that many people hate. Not just in the South Bay, Redondo, Torrance, but everywhere now around the country. And I love it, dude. I'd rather be hated than loved, because when you guys come up to me and you're like, dude, is that you, the greenhouse effect guy? That creeps me out, you guys. I don't like that. Like, can I get a free CD? Like Garth? That's creepy, dude. I'm afraid, like, I wear a mask and I wear a big beard so no one recognizes me. When I go around, I'm not going to say what city I live in, but like the She's a Bitch song is becoming, like the thing of internet legend or something. Everyone loves that song, or maybe they can relate to it or identify with it. I don't know, you guys. And a bunch of my other songs too. You guys seem to just be tickled pink. You love them. And a lot of you are like, well, why didn't Clark the Shark ever make it? Or why didn't he ever get signed? Or, And the answer probably is, I'm not like Roger McGuinn or, Graham Parsons. I'm not country enough or something, you guys. I don't know. Or maybe just the liberals and Democrats, they if they don't agree with you or like you, they'll sue you or, they'll dig up something from 1997 about you, or they might even try to keep you off the ballot, if you're ahead of them in the polls or something like that. Because after all, Democrats and liberals have a college degree and their parents love them. They're never wrong, you guys. They're always perfect. And I'm not saying rednecks and hillbillies are great or better. I don't fucking like them either, but they're better people than liberals and Democrats are, you guys. The people out on a farm, that, in Iowa or Missouri or Nebraska, I don't really like those people, but they're way better people than Democrats. And Democrats just look at you country people like you're just from flyover America. You don't matter as much as the all-knowing wise Swami geniuses, the liberal Democrats out in Berkeley and out in California, as they ruin the entire state of California with high rent and people living 9 people in one apartment everywhere, all over Long Beach, Torrance, Berkeley, San Francisco, Eureka, San Diego, Carlsbad, Anaheim, the Inland Empire. It doesn't matter, you guys. Democrats want 9 people living in one apartment, and they want everyone chipping in to pay the $4,000 a month rent. That's right, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, because they have better solutions than you do, Mr. Redneck Hillbilly. You guys are just toothless guys from Deliverance. What do you know? You're just like Clark the Shark. You're stupid and you're uneducated. All you know how to do is farm and maybe listen to country. Or maybe you might even get progressive one afternoon and listen to the sweetheart of the Douchebag album, or Rodeo by the BYRDS, 1968, which really is an incredible album, you guys. I shouldn't hate this so much, but I hate the country and I hate the United States. I fucking hate it all, you guys. But I especially hate liberals even more because they're such hypocrites. They try to justify this country even more in their own twisted way than the white people who came over here from Europe and stole the land. And largely they used black people to do this right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. But now we got something even worse going on. We got people working at Walmart, Target for minimum wage. Oh, it's the blue state Democrat utopia of socialism. Millions of people working for I shouldn't say middle, you guys. I should say the Democrat elites up in Hollywood and Beverly Hills and out in Rancho Santa Fe. You got millions of new slaves working at Walmart and Target and elsewhere for minimum wage. It's the new version of the Democrat slavery, so they can all chip in and contribute to that apartment that costs $4,000 a month now, as raised by your friends at the Democrat Party. And you won't get much resistance from the Republicans because they're like, well, Sharky, let the free market decide. High rent is the new normal. It's part of the evolution, the progression, Sharky, if you will. Get used to it, Shark, because the Democrats enforce it and the Republicans abide by it. The Republicans actually like the high rent even more than the Democrats because they're getting filthy rich off the high rent and off the backs of immigrants. That's right, you guys. And me too. I'm an immigrant from Ireland, from the UK. or wherever, I'm not from here any more than any of you right here on the Clark the Shark Show. So what gives any of us the right to listen to country like 1968 Sweetheart of the Douchebag by the Byrds? Well, I'll tell you what gives us the right here on the Clark the Shark Show. It's going to get all 5 stars, you guys, of course. Oh, there's Roger, the head douchebag in charge. It's gonna, you guys. I don't know why. It might get 4 or 3. Somebody might hate this and realize that this is actually pretentious, not the Who, Tommy, you guys. All Music gives it a 5. Oh, well, there's such geniuses there. Rolling Stone is mixed. Look at Rolling Stone. They are perceptive, and they noticed what I, Clark the Shark, noticed. But Blender gave it a 5, and the Encyclopedia of Pop Music gives it a 4. Pitchfork gives it a 9.7 out of 10. Uncut, who cares what Uncut thinks? They gave it a 5. But, legacy. That's like me, Clark the Shark. What's my legacy gonna be 100 years from now? Like anyone gives a fucking shit. Side 1, you ain't going nowhere. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah. God, dude, the Byrds doing Bob Dylan again. And I Am a Pilgrim, traditional arrangement, Hillman, McGuinn. I'll bet you the fucking asshole Parsons had a hell of a lot to do with that. 2, also, The Christian Life, cover. These songs are all really good, you guys. They're great, All of them are. You don't miss your water. I must have listened to this album a million times up in Bel Air back in, like 1992 or in Playa del Rey. And I always came away like hating it and loving it because, you gotta love this, you guys. But it's okay if you're like Clark the Shark and you hear these songs. I like Pretty Boy Floyd, of course. And, Hickory Wind, Graham Parsons. It's awesome, you guys. But Blue Canadian Rockies I love too. Cindy Walker. Anything by Merle Haggard, Life in Prison. Nothing Was Delivered, Bob Dylan. That's fucking awesome, you guys. This album is really awesome. And had David Crosby been on this, I would have given this a bad review just because he's still in the band and on the album. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I, Clark the Shark, am giving this album a 10 because it's me reviewing it. Now, if Rolling Stone or Pitchfork or other reviewers or the Sea of Tranquility or any YouTube reviewers give this a good review, they're giving it a good review for all the wrong reasons. But whatever Clark the Shark says, if I give this a bad review, it's from the mouth of babes. It's from Clark the Shark. And if I give it a good review, you guys, then it's sincere and honest. Because me, Clark the Shark, just like Fonzie from Happy Days, I rarely make and I'm hardly ever fuck, dude. Let me try it again. Clark the Shark, much like Fonzie on Happy Days. Come on, you guys. Concentrate here. I am never... I can't even say the fucking word. But you know it's true, you guys. Very rarely. Many of you carefully analyze my videos looking for me being "Rrr," and you fucking can't even find it. You can't even do it. So I invented the concept of Waldo, where I intentionally or maybe subliminally make a mistake. And if you find Waldo, I will give you the Greenhouse Effect, the rock opera White Suburban Liars for free. You just email me at clahagin@AOL.com. You could even call me. I'm not going to give out my cell phone, but once we start, exchanging emails, I might give you the phone number to the fabulous Swami, the genius, America's poet, Clark the Shark, and you might even become my friend, or you might become a bitter enemy, which means you may soon leave the Matrix or the Shark Tricks, whatever it's called, you guys, because all of this is controlled by Clark the Shark, and I'm just playing a trick on all of you. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know Sweetheart of the Douchebag is a fucking great album. Is it great because of Graham Parsons? No, not really. Is it great because of McGuinn and Hillman? Probably, you guys. I don't know. Could it have been better with a douchebag named Neil Young and or David Crosby? No, those guys would have just made it more so, critics and critical darlings and more fans would be like into it or something, you guys. But people in the know, especially in the indie know, they know that Sweetheart of the Douchebag, 1968, is an incredible album, you guys. I really do, in all seriousness. I love this album, but I want to hate it, you guys. But I can't. And there's a part of me that loves country from the 50s, 60s, 40s, long ago, maybe parts of the early 1970s. But as it goes on, I start to hate country. And then modern country from recent times is so bad that it makes me hate all country, even the good stuff, you guys. But I'll never hate Patsy Cline. Never, you guys. Tammy Wynette, no, I'm never going to hate her, you guys. No way. But Bob Dylan and the Grateful Dead, yeah, I might fucking hate them. Sure. Right here on the fabulous, honest, sincere Clark the Shark Show, spoken into the golden EIB sharkerphone. It's not a microphone because Dick Clark from American Bandstand came to my house when I was 8 years old. I was just a little guy in 1973, and he actually blessed me. He came dressed as a priest, and he was like, I'm trying to get through to you, Clark the Shark. I am God. I am Dick Clark. Same thing from American Bandstand, and I'm giving you the solid gold, not gold-plated, EIB fabulous sharkerphone. It's not a microphone because I'm giving you this sharkerphone because someday you are going to review Sweetheart of the Douchebag by the BYRDS, 1968. This indie-approved, incredible genius Swami Guru approved critical darling album. And it's so much better than you and your lame, shitty, boring little music. You mundane little pathetic loser, Clark the Shark. You fucking suck. That's coming from me, Dick Clark. So I'm giving you the Clark the Shark sharkerphone. Here, Shark, just take it. Everybody came to my house, you guys. Mark Levin, Howard Stern, Sean Hannity, Hush Bimbo, Jim Ladd, Joe Benson, Mark and Brian, Kevin and Bean, Stryker, Jed the Fish, all of them, you guys. Michael Savage. They all came to my house and threw the golden EIB Sharkerphone on my porch. And they're like, here, you fucking douchebag, take it. You want to be number one, Clark the Shark? You got it. It's yours. This is for you. Sweethearts of the Douchebag, 1968, by the fabulous BYRDS, a country-flavored country rock album with Graham Parsons and Roger McGuinn and Chris Hillman. Matter of fact, this album might have been better if the fucking douchebag David Crosby was on it. Or maybe Graham Nash, or, yeah, dude, if Neil Young had produced this, maybe he did, I don't know, but it might be better. That's not a Waldo. Don't fucking email me. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, where you just got the only review you will ever want or need of this fabulous country fried, bluesy, weird album, you guys. It really is good, you guys. I'm being perfectly serious. This is a great fucking album. Don't listen to me, Clark the Shark. I hate it, dude, because I kind of hate Roger McGuinn. You know, and I kind of hate Graham Parsons, but I really fucking hate David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Neil Young, and they're not even on this fucking album. But because I hate those three guys so much, it makes me want to hate this album right here by the BYRDS. Sweetheart of the Douchebag, 1968, you guys. I want you to buy this album at Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, because it really is a great, wonderful album. It's beautiful, you guys. It's atmospheric. I like the fact that it isn't psychedelic. It's country, you know, come on, you guys, I fucking hate country. I hate rednecks. I hate people who pretend to be country, or people from California who are country, or I just hate America, you guys. I don't like it. I don't like the country, but not the way the Democrats and socialists and liberals hate America. Those people I hate even more than I hate America. I fucking hate liberals because, hey, you liberals and Democrats, if you guys hate America, get the fuck out of here and go move back to Europe. You fucking suck. You're trying to change America with revisionism and make it a more gay-friendly LGBTQ X America or whatever. Yeah, Democrats are like, oh, we're going to go back and change the past. And if you all don't like it, we'll keep you off the ballot. Matter of fact, we'll censor you. And we'll delete your blog or your website or your music or poetry or poems. We'll do more than keep you off the ballot. We'll just make you disappear. That's what the Democrat, liberal, socialists will do to you. See, me, Clark the Shark, I'm a little different. I want everyone to be here in America, this fucking pathetic country that we stole. Yeah, that's right, Fox News. We fucking stole it, and the black people have the right to be mad. You know, I don't agree with black people either. You know, they're going too far with this shit. But in some weird, twisted way, they have every right to be angry and hate white people for what they did to black people, you guys. The whole fucking country was built by slaves. You know, and then you got Sean Hannity and Mark Levin and Savage and Hush Bimbo like, let the free market decide, Sharky. Yeah, and get off my show, you big dope. You don't know what you're talking about, Sharky. Yeah, I do know. Maybe Sweetheart of the Douchebag is a good album, you guys. Maybe this album tells it like it is. And I don't even know it. Me, Clark the Shark, and I fucking know everything. Don't I? Or maybe I don't. right here on the fabulous Clark the Shark Show. Buy this album. It's great, you guys. It really is excellent. I'm not being sarcastic or facetious or any of that. This is a good, solid album, even more than it is great, because it is a little slice of America. It really is. And even if I hate Roger McGuinn, I can't fucking stand the guy, and I hate David Crosby or Neil Young, maybe there's something wrong with me, Clark the Shark, or maybe not. Maybe I am justified and correct and righteous in my hatred. I don't know. Or maybe I'm wrong. There, I said it, Fonzie. Clark the Shark can say it. Many of you should grow up out there and say it too. Hannity, Anderson Pooper, all of you, Elon Musk. Oh, you're such a genius. Oh, look at Elon Musk. He's a libertarian, right-wing Republican conservative, but he doesn't believe in God. Oh, you're such a genius, Elon. Maybe God doesn't believe in you either. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, 1-800-449-8255. Buy this album, 1968, this fabulous country album. It's melodic, atmospheric, it's chunky, it's solid, you guys. It's beautiful, and you just got the only review that you will ever want or ever need. I swear to God, you guys. Buy this album only because of me, Clark the Shark, because I like this album. Don't buy it because some other fucking douchebag reviewer on YouTube says it's great. They don't even know, dude. They were probably born in 2005 and they're only 18. What the fuck do they even know? They weren't even here when the World Trade Center was bombed by those 2 jets. Actually, 4 jets attacked us that day, Mr. Genius Indie Kid, who was born in 2008. You don't even know that because you were born 7 years after and you don't even remember. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But this is a little slice of country, you guys. For better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, take it or leave it. I want you to buy it because it's a quality listening experience. I like the melodies. I like the atmosphere. I like rock and roll, but I kind of do like country. Why not? If it's good for Patsy Cline, it's good for Clark the Shark. 1-800-449-8255. The Wolfman Jack on crack, baby. That's me. The smooth, silky delivery. I could beat Eminem or Dr. Dre or Snoop or Nipsey Hussle or any of them, dude. Any of you. I'll drop the fucking mic on any of you, Hannity, Howard Stern. Because I'm fucking number one now. None of you are. Because God is number one. You guys. I'm not God. I'm Clark the Shark. I may run a sharkulation or a simulation. This might all just be my brain, and you guys live in a little tiny cell in a corner. But don't ever forget that God created everything, you guys. I didn't. Me, Clark the Shark. I'm not a sweetheart of any rodeo, but I want you to buy this one. Yes, sir, tonight. It's a fucking killer album because it's melodic, atmospheric, and the songs are great. Not because you're an indie kid and you want to have indie cred. Oh, dude, you gotta have cred with indie websites, and indie zines have to like you, or some A&R guy at MCA or Geffen or. Oh, you guys are such genius A&R guys, aren't you, dude? Oh, you'll end up like that one A&R guy, bro. Yeah, you know what happened to him? Oh, dude, I knew him. Let me tell you a little story right now. I knew 2 A&R guys in the mid to late 80s. One of them was hanging around Hermosa Beach and Redondo and Torrance. And I was like, dude, I'm in the greenhouse effect. I'm Clark the Shark, Garth. Check this shit out. Grunge. I mean, dude, I didn't invent it. The Minutemen and a noise agency and Black Flag, and they were way before me. Iggy Pop, the Stooges, the MC5, all way before Clark the Shark. But in 1988, I was like, dude, I can perfect it for the next decade. Me, right here on the Clark the Shark show. They didn't sign me. They signed Blake Douchebag and this other band called the Douchebag Effect. And all these other bands too, these coattail riding bands. And we'll never know how good a quality music could have been in the 90s had they signed Clark the Shark and my music. But the liberal Democrats at the A&R Hollywood record labels, not only did they not sign me, but they would write me snarky letters and they would mail them to 251 Paseo de Gracia, Redondo Beach, 90277. Oh, you guys are such geniuses, aren't you, record label people? You're such fucking... You guys know more about music than me, Clark the Shark? Really, dude? Blake Douchebag, what he knew about the Pixies, dude. Did Blake Douchebag know about Patsy Cline? Craig? Did any of these bands, these indie alternative emo bands in the 90s and 00s, they know more than me, Clark the Shark? Dude, like Fonzie, who's rarely... dude, maybe I'm mad at God himself, God Almighty, because of what happened, Oh, sour grapes, Sharky, you didn't get signed, you poor baby. No, I think it's more important than that because the world missed out on great music. And when liberals and Democrats censor you one way or another, and Republicans on the right do this too, they have their own version of it. They'll just say, oh, he lives in his own little world. He's old hat, run of the mill. He's generic. Liberals have a mean way of putting you down and, lowering you, if you will. But I think every point of light deserves a chance out there, you guys. Who knows, Who knows all the bands and solo artists over the last 30 years weren't signed so that you guys can sign more rap and hip hop or just fucking shitty indie or shitty country. All those people packing a Taylor Swift gig, they don't even fucking know what good music is. They don't even know about this album, Sweetheart of the Douchebag, 1968. All the people at Taylor Swift, all the people at Katy Perry, all the people at Pink, all the people at Beyonce don't know about this album, Sweetheart of the Douchebag by the BYRDS, 1968, you guys. That's a damn pity. That's a shame. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But I want many of you to buy this album. Don't be friends with liberals or Democrats. They're not your friend. They're just like Uber. They are not your friends, you guys. I don't know who to tell you to be friends with. Don't be friends with me either, Clark the Shark. I might just fucking call you out. Don't be friends with Hannity or, the red state, the red, white, and blue, true blue red staters. They'll just be like, well, they have their own version of reducing you. But sometimes the guy that lives under the freeway bridge with an acoustic guitar and a sleeping bag, he ends up knowing more than everyone else, and he can't even fucking pay the $3,000 a month rent that the Democrats give us, and the Republicans too. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, you guys. It's overcrowded. There's nowhere to park. It's smoggy because there's 4 million more cars on the road in California because Democrats and liberals give the people a driver's license Oh, that's kind of weird. Democrats are always telling you about smog and pollution and global warming. So what do? They make it more smoggy by putting more cars on our roads. Everywhere you go, it's crowded. Every red light, green light, the cars are backed up forever in California. And everyone whistles past the graveyard, and no one seems to notice how expensive the inflation of California, which is now spreading to the rest of the entire planet, thanks to your friends at the Democrat Blue Party. Yeah, your buddies, the socialists, as facilitated by Fox News and the Republicans that never saw high rent or inflation that they too didn't like and or love. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. Nobody cares, you guys. It's just like they said in Goodfellas or The Sopranos or A Bronx Tale. Nobody fucking cares, you guys. 1-800-449-8255. Maybe me, Clark the Shark, I don't even care. But I cling to the hope that I do, or maybe I do. Buy this album, Sweetheart of the Rodeo, you guys. It's a good album. Solid. Don't hate Roger McGuinn and the Byrds because Clark the Shark does. I want you to love this band and love this music. And who knows, maybe get into other country. Don't get into the Grateful Dead, you guys. Fuck that. That's a rabbit hole. Just let that go. But get into Patsy Cline or Hank Williams. Fuck yeah. Johnny Cash. Why not? I know they're kind of cliche, but they are good if you listen to them. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, you guys, buy this album, The Byrds, 1968. It's not a douchebag. It's Sweetheart of the Rodeo. It's a good album. I'm just getting irritated because this album makes me think of America. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, you guys, and I'm out of here. Peace.